Hello, and thank you for joining us for this week's edition of It's Your City. I'm your host, Cortney Bloomer. Today's show is brought to you by Greenhouse Garden Center. There's still time for fall bulbs and garlic. Visit Greenhouse Garden Center to find out more about their selection of beautiful bulbs that will become spring flowers in your garden. Greenhouse Garden Center. Our guest today is Rhonda Abend. She is here with us from the Carson City Classic Cinema Club.
Very good.
5 C's.
Yes.
Carson City Classic Cinema Club. I'm just going to call it C5.
That's our nickname. That's official.
From now on here on the show.
That's fine.
Has a brand new radio show on KNVC, Carson City's local radio station. Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, we just decided to kind of expand our reach a little bit and start talking to people that might not normally come to the movies. And we talk about classic cinema, of course, the glamour and the gossip of the golden age of Hollywood. And we also talk about local arts and artists and programs and events going on in the town. I do a ton of research every month for the movies that we show. And I only have a little bit of time to talk about everything I learned. So this gives me some place to tell people about the rest of it, all the work that I put in.
Now, for people who maybe don't know about the club in the first place, Carson City Classic Cinema Club is a group here in Carson City that puts on a monthly movie. Mm-hmm. There are times when the members get together and discuss those movies and all sorts of things. Mm-hmm. And this has been going on for a number of years.
5 years. 5
years of C5.
Years. Yes. Yes. We did just celebrate our 5th anniversary.
So most people are familiar, of course, with the movie aspect of the club. You guys put on these fantastic old movies, some of them very famous and some of them a little more obscure that people might not be familiar with.
That's true. It's a good reason to learn about something you wouldn't have thought about on your own.
Absolutely. But the radio show is a whole extension of that. Obviously, on the radio, you're not watching a classic film. Right. So instead, you guys have taken this radio format and use it as an opportunity to talk about different aspects of movies.
That's right.
About production and about all different kinds of things.
In a couple of weeks, our entire show will be dedicated to Cary Grant. Next week, we're going to talk about public domain, the laws that go with that, and finding locations and what a filmmaker has to do to secure that and do it properly. We have different guests that come in. Last week, we had Manuel Crosby from Wired Wednesday, and he's a local independent filmmaker. And he had a great time with us, and we really enjoyed just hearing his input on the topic. And our topic for the night was film noir, which he didn't think he knew anything about, but I'm familiar with his work, and it's far more film noir than he realized. So he had a really good time actually realizing that and adding to the conversation. And then we got a chance to talk to him about his work and let people know that he's out there.
Fantastic. So this is a chance for some people who are local filmmakers and local actors or performers to come on also and get a little bit of exposure in the community. And this is a collaboration. There's such closeness among the filmmaking community in Carson City with Wired Wednesday, with the Carson City Classic Cinema Club. The upcoming collaboration is the Carson Creepy Film Festival is coming up.
Correct. That's coming up very soon. That is a challenge, a 1-week challenge to make a creepy movie. And you sign up online. On the 16th, you will be sent the parameters that have to be included in the film. And they're short films, so they're like 8 minutes long. And then we have a big party where everybody gets to watch the movies and we critique them, and some of them get awards, and it's kind of like a mini Academy Awards.
And it's a really cool challenge. So several times a year, they have these local film festivals in Carson City, and local filmmakers can put together a film. And like you said, you have a week to make these movies. Mm-hmm. And on the first day, they give you a list of what has to be in the movie. So you can't pre-make the movie.
No, you might be able to have some ideas in your head, but there is a prop that has to be included, there's a sound effect that has to be included, and there's a line of dialogue that has to be included. So you really can't guess what Darla's going to come up with for those.
That's true, and people in the community have been churning out these creepy movies for several years now, and I've had the opportunity to judge the Creepy Film Festival on one occasion, and there were some definitely creepy movies that people came up with. It's a great thing to do right before Halloween. People are in the mindset of creepy stuff, and this is just one way to get the local film community involved in that.
It's a lot of fun. We have a good time with it and get to know the filmmakers, and it's a good networking opportunity for us to bring them into what we're doing with our outreach and getting the kids involved in the arts, including filmmaking and every aspect that goes into it. Film, in my opinion, literally represents every art form out there. So if kids can get involved in any part of filmmaking, then they're going to be into something positive.
Absolutely. Do you think maybe you could have the winners of Carson Creepy on the radio show?
Possibly. We are going to be showing the winner of last year's Carson Creepy before our movie tomorrow night.
Very exciting. So some of these movies go on to be shown over and over again. Yep. What is the movie tomorrow night?
Tomorrow's movie is Charade from 1963 with Cary Grant and Audrey Hepburn. And that film, actually, when it was released, they didn't do the copyright notice properly. They forgot to put in the word copyright. So when it was released, it was in public domain.
All right, so you can just show it.
Yep.
You can show it anytime you want.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and it is showing when? What is the time of the monthly movie?
Tomorrow, the doors open at 5:30, and Wired Wednesday will be doing a mini workshop on dark lighting, and that goes from 6 to 6:30. 6:30, I start talking about the movie, and we play our trivia game, and then at 7 o'clock, the film rolls.
All right, 7 o'clock. What's the location again?
The Brewery Arts Center Performance Hall, which
is the Performance Hall.
511 West King Street, the old St. Teresa's Church. And admission is $4 unless you're a member or a student.
All right. And to become a member of C5, what do you have to do?
You can sign up at the events, or you can sign up on our website, which is ccclassiccinema.org.
All right. That's the website. People can go there. They can also find out on the website what movies are upcoming, what the topics are going to be on the radio show. I don't think we mentioned, when is the radio show?
Oh, the radio show is on KNVC 95.1 FM in Carson City, and we go on the air at 7 p.m. every Tuesday night.
All right, 7 p.m. on Tuesdays, KNVC. Anybody here in the Carson City area can adjust their tuners.
Yes, and you can stream it online from anywhere in the world.
All right.
So go to knvc.org to do that.
All right, fantastic. The great local radio station. Hasn't been around very long, but it sure is doing a great job of bringing local culture onto our radios here in Carson City.
They are. There's a lot of local performers. Every time I go in the station, there's somebody singing or last night I was a guest on Jimmy Jones' Pop Culture Kaboom, which runs every Sunday night from 7 to 9. And he talks about Comic-Cons and a lot of comic style movies and books and some maybe pop culture music. So that was interesting for me to be on that show. But it was a lot of fun. He's a good guy.
All right. Very cool. Rhonda Abend, thank you for being with us today and telling us a little bit about the Carson City Classic Cinema Club, C5.
Thank you, Cortney. It's always a pleasure to be here.
And thanks to all of you for joining us for this week's edition of It's Your City. Today's show was brought to you by Greenhouse Garden Center. Greenhouse Garden Center is located on Curry Street in Carson City. Now is the time to stop in to purchase your bulbs to plant now for a beautiful spring garden at Greenhouse Garden Center in Carson City. If your business is interested in sponsoring a future edition of It's Your City, please contact Darla at the address shown on your screen. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week. I'm Cortney Bloomer.